the Scholarship Task Force, creating the Kansas Academic Excellence Scholarship Program to replace the Kansas Ethnic Minority Scholarship Program.
Senate Bill 347 is withdrawn from Committee on Committee of the Whole and referred to Committee on Federal and State Affairs. Messages from the Senate. The clerk will read.
Announcing passage of House Bill 2036 as amended by Senate substitute for House Bill 2036. Announcing passage of House Bill 2465 as amended. Announcing passage of substitute Senate Bill 60, Senate Bill 311, 376, 482, 484, 498, 500, and 539. Substitute for Senate Bill number 60, an act concerning sales taxation relating to exemptions, providing exemptions for custom meat processing services, purchases for the construction or repair of buildings used for human habitation by the Kansas State School for the Blind and the Kansas State School for the Deaf, certain purchases and sales by Johnson County Christmas Bureau Association, certain purchases by Doorstep, Inc., Exploration Place, Inc., and Kansas Children's Discovery Center, Inc., and sales of menstrual discharge collection devices and diapers, establishing an exemption for certain sales of school supplies, computers, and clothing during an annual sales tax holiday. An act concerning property taxation relating to valuation, excluding Internal Revenue Code Section 1031 exchange, built to suit, and sale leaseback arrangement transactions as indicators of fair market value. Senate Bill 376 by the Committee on Assessment and Taxation, an act concerning income taxation relating to credits extending the time period for the Single City Port Authority credit. Senate Bill 482 by Committee on Ways and Means, an act concerning property taxation relating to tax levy rates, providing that county clerks are not required to send revenue-neutral rate notices to property owners of exempt property, modifying and prescribing the contents of the revenue-neutral rate public hearing notice, permitting a tax levy that generates the same amount of revenue as the previous year when the final assessed valuation decreases compared to the estimated assessed valuation, requiring that the governing body's vote be conducted on the same day as the commencement of the public hearing. Senate Bill 484 by the Committee on Ways and Means, an act concerning property taxation relating to exemptions, providing exemptions for certain personal property, including watercraft, marine equipment, off-road vehicles, motorized bicycles, and certain trailers. Senate Bill 498 by Committee on Assessment and Taxation. An act concerning taxation relating to income privilege and premium tax credits, establishing a credit for contributions to eligible charitable organizations operating pregnancy centers or residential maternity facilities, increasing the tax credit amount for adoption expenses and making the credit refundable relating to sales and compensating use tax, providing for a sales tax exemption for purchases by pregnancy resource centers and residential maternity facilities. And Senate Bill 500 by Committee on Judiciary, an act concerning driver's licenses relating to failure to comply with a traffic citation, authorizing certain individuals to be eligible for restricted driving privileges, permitting individuals with restricted driving privileges to drive to and from dropping off or picking up children from school or child care, to and from purchasing groceries or fuel, and to and from religious worship services, providing for hardship payment plans and waiver of fines. Senate Bill 539 by Committee on Assessment and Taxation, an act concerning taxation relating to income tax, modifying tax rates for individuals, increasing the Kansas standard deduction and the Kansas personal exemptions, eliminating the income limitation to receive the subtraction modification exempting Social Security benefits, establishing a child tax credit relating to privilege tax, decreasing the normal tax rate relating to property tax, increasing the extent of exemption for residential property from the statewide school levy, relating to sales and compensating use tax, reducing the state rate of tax on sales of food and food ingredients, modifying the percent credited to the state highway fund from revenues collected.
Reports of standing committees. The clerk will read.
The Committee on Taxation recommends House Bill 2609 be amended by substituting with new bill to be designated as substitute for House Bill 2609 as follows. An act concerning property tax relating to exemptions for certain electric generation facilities, providing a property tax exemption for new electric generation facilities and new pollution control devices, and additions constructed or installed at electric generation facilities, discontinuing the current property tax exemptions for certain existing electric generating facilities. The Committee on Taxation recommends House Bill 2794 be passed. The Committee on Taxation recommends House Bill 2757 be amended and the bill be passed as amended. The Committee on Taxation recommends House Bill 2819 be passed, and because the committee is of the opinion that the bill is of a non-controversial nature, be placed on the consent calendar. The Committee on Transportation recommends Senate Bill 142 be amended and the bill be passed as amended.
Changes. Representative Dennis Heiberger replaces Representative John Carmichael on the House Rules and Journals Committee on Monday, March 18th, until further notice. Are there announcements? Representative Landwehr.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Health and Human Services will meet today at 1:30.
Any further announcements? Seeing none, Speaker recognizes the Majority Leader for a motion to adjourn.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Reminder today, the Veterans Caucus will meet at 12 in its normal room. Tomorrow, Republicans will calendar at 8 a.m. in the old Supreme Court. Mr. Speaker, I move the House adjourn until Tuesday, March 19th at 11 a.m.
You've heard the motion. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it. The motion carries. We are